Hey everybody, this is Aaron from Comic Booked. Just going to do another unboxing, the other half of the box of the video I started earlier or yesterday. This one is for the rest of our box, so it's cool how it all goes together there with my playmat, right? I have a Versus System Infinite Crisis Shazam playmat, formerly Captain Marvel before all the hoopla. Anyway, so I've got the latest set, Magic the Gathering, the Brothers War set boosters, a full box here. You can see on the front it says 1 in every 10 boosters includes a Transformers card. So far I've opened 4 Transformers cards, and I can show you those here that I've gotten so far. I talked a little bit about them last time, I think. Well, maybe. I can find them. They're in here somewhere. My stack of rare stuff. Ah, there we go. Starscream, Power Hungry. I got Slicer, Hired Muscle. Ultra Magnus, Tactician. That was really cool. That was my first one. And then Goldbug, Humanity's Ally. Pretty neat. I like the Transformers cards so far. They are only playable in Commander, so they're, cards you get out of the boosters, set boosters and collector boosters, and they are only playable in Commander. But still, something fun. A lot of people don't like the idea of the other universes, or what's it called? Other worlds, I think it's called. But I think that's that whole concept of bringing, the fact that Magic is a story about planeswalkers that travel from plane to plane, and they collect things along the way, and they bring them with them, and they're able to summon them into battle. So if you think about that, anything in the entire, universe of thought could be a character in Magic, just because those planes exist somewhere in the multiverse. So it's Transformers, who knows, with Hasbro and Wizards of the Coast, what else they could come up with. But so far, I know we have Warhammer 40K, which I had the one starter here, or the Commander deck I still haven't opened, but Universes Beyond. I'm sorry, I just messed that up completely. So Universes Beyond Warhammer so far. I've heard about Doctor Who. They've had some other things that have shown up in the Secret Layer stuff, and then Transformers now in these boosters. So we're going to jump right into it. This is a sealed booster box, a sealed set booster box. There are set and draft, but we'll see how long that lasts with a lot of the reduced purchases of draft boosters now. The set boosters have 15 cards in each one. Well, we'll go ahead and open the box and we'll see. I have not opened one of these yet. This is my first box opening, so ooh, very cool. Topper, Brothers War with Fall of Crawl on or Call on the front of that, whatever. Which is really cool artwork, but a really kind of crappy card. Anyway, here's Meet Mishra, Meet Urza. Kind of has the history, and you can go read the story on mtgstory.com. Very cool. All right, we'll set that over there. No box topper in these, so that's I thought that was something that we would see in these sets, but I guess we don't get those. I did get one of the buy a box promos, and I showed this off before. This is Mishra's Foundry. Very neat. And it is just like the old Mishra's Foundry, tap to add a colorless, 2 colorless, and turn it into a 2/2 assembly worker artifact creature until end of turn. It's still a land. And then 1 and tap, target attacking assembly worker gets +2/+2 until the end of turn. So very neat. You only got one of those no matter how many boxes you bought, so that's all right. But here we have our boosters, full box. I'm going to rip through these and see what kind of goodies we find. So, all right, I'll keep the box over here because I'll put stuff in it. And I'll try to keep my piles straight this time. I'll do mythics, rares, foils of any kind, and then our commons and stuff down here at the bottom, commons and lands. So we'll open up pack 1. Let's see if there's anything. 12 cards, I guess, in each pack. You get a land and a token or advertisement card in every pack as well. It does say it may contain cards BRO 1 through 300, pretty big set, and then BRC 1 through 4, 21 and 28, BRR 1 through 126, and BOT 1 through 15. Includes 1 retro frame artifact card, a combination of 1 to 5 cards, rarity, rare, blah blah blah, all the typical stuff. So there's a retro frame card in every pack, which those are pretty cool. I showed some of those when I was unboxing the bundle, but I'll show you those as we get through this these packs. Anyway, packs open pretty easily, not too bad. 1 art card in every pack. So the art cards are the art off the regular cards, art cards of the art on the cards. They have on the back information, a collector's number, who did the artwork and what the artwork is. So that's the Mistress Foundry. We'll put our art cards up here in a little pile. Foil land to start off, not too bad. Some of these I'm just going to go through the commons, not too important, but I do like the surveil and draw card for curate for blue, and letting them at it, showing a lot of play, especially in limited. 4-drop, 3/3, and then whenever you draw your second card, it gets a +1/+1 counter. So it gets pretty beefy pretty fast with blue. Argothian Opportunist enters battlefield tapped. You get a tap, or when it enters the battlefield, you get a tap Power Stone. There's a series of these creatures that get you Power Stones. Here's one of the sack creature, draw a card, guys. Another Power Stone generator. Sarah Steel Seeker, Great Desert Prospector. When it enters the battlefield, you create a tap Power Stone for each other creature you control. Not a bad card for an uncommon. 5 casting cost 3/2, but if you're running Power Stones and you need the mana, you're going to do that. Hornstone Seeker, 2/2 with Menace. Almost lost to this in a sealed game online just recently, but actually stomped him when I got big Urza Planeswalker out with Teferi Planeswalker out, so that was kind of fun. Self-Assembler, well, that was an uncommon. Self-Assembler, these are the retro frame cards. 4/4, when Self-Assembler enters the battlefield, you may search your library for an Assembly Worker creature card, reveal it and put it on your hand, then shuffle. And that's 5 cost, 4/4 that lets you search. So we'll put the retro frame cards up here. Oh, we'll put them down here. Boop. Oh, Mural, Shield of Argive. Very nice. 4 casting costs. Creature, legendary creature, human soldier. 3/4. During your turn, your opponents can't cast spells or activate abilities of artifacts, creatures, or enchantments. It's a nice lockdown. And then whenever it attacks, it creates X/1/1 colorless soldier artifact creature tokens, where X is the number of soldiers you control. So if you think about that, every turn, you're going to get multiplication of soldiers. So first, let's just say you only have him in play. Then he attacks, or she, I'm sorry, her in play. She attacks, you got another, create a soldier, right? Next turn, then you got 2 soldiers, attack, you get 2 more soldiers, then you get 4 soldiers. Then they tell 2 friends, and they tell 2 friends, and pretty soon you're all selling Amway. So yeah, it's awesome. Very cool rare. Mythic, I'm sorry, very cool mythic. Sibling Rivalry for our foil, from the foil slot as a common. And our token is one of the flip cards, so we'll put that over there. Stack of commons here and uncommons. We'll go on to the next pack. These packs are a little tough to get into, but not too bad. For our token card is actually a mini game. Look at us, we're R&D. Making Magic takes a team, work together to design and illustrate a unique Magic card. It says open a booster, remove all non-Magic cards, and shuffle the rest. Have one player be an artist and another be a writer, then the remaining players will be designers. The designers take turns filling out the different parts of a card with pen and paper. To determine these, they draw a random card from a pack, pick one of the categories, and copy it from the card. If it's missing the category you want, draw another. The designers continue until these are all filled in. Casting cost, card type, card text, power and toughness, if the card has a type that requires it. Next, the artist draws what they think the card would look like. Finally, the writer gives the card a name and flavor text to bring it all together. Finish the card, rotate roles until everyone has had the chance to be an artist and writer. And to win each, oh, well, sorry, I dropped it on the floor. It's going to stay there. We'll just move on. You'll never know how to win now. Cool art card. Land. Union of the Third Path. Desynchronized. Power Stone Engineer. A lot of these are commons. You can look up what they are. Philology Excavations. Nice. 5 cost, but you get 3 tap Power Stones and you gain 3 life. Urza, Power Stone Prodigy. Vigilance, 1/3. Tap 1, tap, draw a card, discard a card. Whenever you discard 1 or more artifact cards, create a tap Power Stone token. Now there's also a Mishra Power Stone Prodigy. I believe they're both the same, and they do exactly the same thing, except he's Vigilance, Mishra has haste and is red. Argivian Avenger, 5/5. For 1, until end of turn, Argivian Avenger gets -1/-1 and gains your choice of Flying, Vigilance, Death Touch, or Haste. Nice. You can actually pump him up, but he is a 6 cost artifact, so. There's my Mox Amber. I'm looking forward to that one. Haven't seen it yet. First one I've got so far, so that's nice. Mox Amber's a mythic, 0-drop. Tap to add 1 mana of any color among legendary creatures and planeswalkers you control. Very nice. See if I can get that in focus for you to see. Very cool. That's a nice one. Put that over there. Swiftfoot Boots. Mishra's Command is our rare, and then there's Mishra. Excavation Prodigy. Sorry, not Power Stone Prodigy. He digs up the things. Urza makes the Power Stones. It's cool. Mishra's Command. The command cards are awesome. They really are. They're pretty tough. This is when you can choose 2 of these, and you can choose target player. They may discard up to X cards and draw a card for each card discarded this way. Or this spell deals X damage to target creature, or this spell deals X damage to target planeswalker, or target creature gets +X/+0 and haste until end of turn, and it's X and 1 red. Pretty nice. Alright, so we got 2 mythics so far, and 1 rare out of 2 packs. This is not a bad box so far. Alright, let's pack number 3. Let's go. Okay. I forgot they open that way. So I'll show you that trick here with the next pack. There's our art card. Full art land. Very nice. Fog of War. This is a fun card I actually played. I didn't read this all the way through before, and so I was like, well, this is for 3 mana. It's not great, but prevent all damage that would be dealt this turn by creatures with power 3 or less. So it's really actually an interesting card in green because you got a lot of beefy creatures. You attack, they block with a 1/1 Death Toucher. You go, bloop, nope. That Death Toucher doesn't do any damage, and all your creatures do damage, and you gain some life. So it's pretty cool. Sentinel Stalwart. Raise to the ground. Spell can't be countered. A 3-cost artifact destruction. And if it was an artifact that cost 1 or less, you draw a card. Very nice. Mishra's Domination. 1 and a red. Enchant creature. If it's your creature, it gets +2/+2. Otherwise, it can't block. Reconstruct Adopter. There's Mishra, non-foil. Symmetry Matrix is an interesting card. Whenever a creature with power equal to its toughness enters the battlefield under your control, you may pay 1 and you can draw a card. Interesting. I'm not sure it's worth 4, but, you know, for an extra card draw. Hey, there's Slicer again. So that's our first Transformers card. Put that up there. Springleaf Drum. Tap an untapped creature. Add 1 mana of any color. Steel Seraph. This is a nice one. So this is a 6-cost artifact. And its abilities, 2. It has Prototype, which is a new mechanic where you can either pay the 6 cost on the corner, or you can pay the Prototype cost. If you pay the 6 cost up here, the standard cost, you get it for 5/4. If you pay the Prototype cost, you get it for 3/3. And that usually includes colored mana. So no matter what, when it comes to play, it's flying. At the beginning of combat on your turn, target creature you control gains your choice of flying, vigilance, or lifelink. So you can give it one of the angel powers, basically. It's pretty neat. Nice rare. We got a foil plant worker, and Eye of Yawgmoth back here. And this is an old card from another one of the sets I can't remember. Onslaught, maybe, or something like that. Very cool. Actually, is that... No, I don't know. 3 casting cost, 3 and tap, sack a creature, reveal cards from the top of your library equal to the sacrificed creature's power, put 1 in your hand and remove the rest from the game. Exile. And it's got the little symbol, so we know it's a reprint card, but yeah, cool. That's pretty neat. I'll put that in our rare pile. Next up. And so here, in each pack, you will see little tiny dots along there. And if you just put your fingers there and pull, it'll pop right open. Very easy way to open packs. Just the more you know, right? Oh, zombie token. That's cool looking. Put that in our token pile over here. Our art card is Millstone. I have one of those already. Cool. Land. Lauren's Escape, Gixen Infiltrator, Survivor of Koilos Rock, nice little flash 3/3 flyer. Mishra's Research Desk, it's alright. Lauren, Disciple of History, Hero of the Dunes. There's a Millstone, just like the art card. That's nice. I like Millstones, they're cool. And Teferi. Wow, these have been great packs so far. Teferi, this is the other Teferi. 3 and 2 blue for a 4/4, or 4, I'm sorry. 4 tokens come on, or loyalty tokens when he comes to play. Whenever you draw a card, you put a counter on him. 0, draw a card. -2, create a 2/2 blue spirit creature token. With whenever you draw a card, put a +1/+1 counter on the creature. So they can be beefy just like he can end up being beefy. And then when you can remove 12 counters from him, and target opponent chooses a permanent they control, returns it to their hand, and then you shuffle each non-land permanent they control into their library. So it's a nice board wipe. Very, very cool. It's 3 mythics, 4 packs. Not bad. And splitting the Power Stone as a foil. That's a fun one with the little blue artifact creature. Basically, you play him for 1. I'm sorry, he's an artifact creature, and then you can sack him, spend 2 and sack him to draw a card, 1 to unearth him. So it's fun with the Power Stone, or just with Power Stones. Play that, sack a Power Stone, get 2 new Power Stones. So I guess that's why it's called splitting the Power Stone, because you sacrifice 1. See, there I am, trying to open the stupid pack again the old way, right? There's a Power Stone token. Put that in our token stack. There is a art card. Land. Common. Thran Vigil. I haven't seen this one yet. Whenever 1 or more artifacts and/or creature cards leave your graveyard during your turn, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. That's an enchantment for 2. That's not bad. Meticulous Excavation. It's another enchantment. You return target permanent you control to your hand, or to its owner's hand. Target permanent you control to its owner's hand. If it has unearth, instead exile it and return that card to its owner's hand. Activate only during your turn. Giant Cinderball, 4/3 with Trample. Players can't gain life. And a Caged Sun. I think this is the second one I've gotten. I got one at our release tournament. This is a fun card, 6 cost enchantment, but as it comes into play, you choose a color. Creatures of the chosen color get +1/+1, and whenever a land's ability causes you to add 1 or more mana of the chosen color, add 1 additional mana of that color. Very neat. Another mythic. That's 4. Actually, that's 5 out of 5 packs, because we got Slicer as well. We got Diabolic Intent. 1 and a black. As an additional cost to cast this spell, sacrifice creature. Search your library for a card, put that card in your hand, and then shuffle. Very nice. And Mishra's Juggernaut as our foil. Alright. I don't know. We could just about quit now. If we get a Gix, we're good to go, right? Or a couple, a Mishra and or an Urza. Oh, hey, that's nice. Foil signature on Mishra's War Machine buddy there. Aeronaut Cavalry, Swift Gear Drake. I love that artifact. It's a great artifact. Gaia's Courser, Steel Exemplar, Spectrum Sentinel, Mask of the Jade Crafter, Flow of Knowledge. Draw a card for each island you control, then discard 2 cards. That could be pretty healthy. Ivory Tower. Very nice. Now, I've been putting these in the wrong place, but Ivory Tower is fun. 1 casting cost. At the beginning of your upkeep, you gain X life, where X is the number of cards you have in your hand -4. Okay, I think we talked about that before. Nice. And another Cityscape Leveler. 8 casting cost mythic, 8/8 trample. Whenever you cast a spell, whenever Cityscape Leveler attacks, you destroy up to 1 target non-land permanent. Its controller creates a tap Power Stone token, and you can unearth him for 8. He's pretty beefy. I like him. Another mythic. Obliterating Bolt as a foil, and a flip card for that. Let me go through here real quick because I wanted to make sure we got our old bordered cards here. There we go, Millstone. I missed at least one. I think a couple of them were rares and mythics, so I'm not going to worry about that right now. We'll go ahead and dig into our next pack. Okay. Uncommons, Alloy Animist. This is a 2 and a green, and you can target non-creature artifact becomes a 4/4 artifact creature. That's cool. Thran Power Suit. 2 casting costs. You equip a creature +1/+1 for each aura and equipment attached to it, and has Ward 2. Very nice. Audacity. The Audacity. 1 green. Enchant creature. Has +2/+0, and has trample. And when it's put in the graveyard from the battlefield, you get to draw a card. Mishra's Bauble, that's a fun 0 casting cost card. Tap it and sacrifice it. Look at the top card of target player's library. Draw a card at the beginning of your next upkeep's turn. Hostile Negotiations, we got that before. And ooh, we got a foil, full art Painland from this set. Foil, full art, Battlefield Forge. Very nice. That's first. I didn't know those were in here. I thought those were only in the collector packs. Those are cool. I like that. Alright, I'm going to put that right here in its own little special place. Right there. Alright. Please like and share and subscribe and do all that fancy stuff that people do on YouTube videos. And if you would, comment what's your favorite cards out of this. Favorite combo? Have you gone infinite? What kind of stuff do you like to play on a regular basis? How has Brothers War impacted what you play? I like to know that kind of stuff. It's cool, you know. It's fun to share. Full art land, I love those. Argothian Sprite, this guy's pretty wicked and limited because he cannot be blocked by artifact creatures. Plus, spend 7, you put 2 +1/+1 counters on him. So, usually get to 7 mana, depending on what you're playing. Another counter spell. Goring Warplow. This is the one I was talking about. Somebody played this prototyped, and then I was like, ooh, Fog of War. So he didn't do any damage, even though he has Death Touch. It was really nice. Blanchwood Armor. That's a reprint. +1/+1 for each forest you control. Bushwhack. 1 green. And you can either search your library for a basic land, put it in your hand, shuffle, or target creature you control fights target creature you don't control. It's a nice uncommon for 1 green. Levitating Statue we've talked about before. Chromatic Star. Pristine Talisman. We've got 2 of these. And then Soul Partition. This is a fun card. And this I use this with my unearthed cards too. You exile target non-land permanent for as long as that card remains exiled, and its owner may play it. A spell cast by an opponent this way costs 2 more to cast. So it's nice to take out some of your opponent's the stuff that they may be using to lock down your creatures or different things like that. So Junkyard Genius and a foil, very nice. And one of our flip cards. So Soul Partition's fun. You play your little 1/1 whatever I can't remember his name. We'll see him in a minute, I'm sure. The 1/1 artifact for 1. You sacrifice to draw 2 cards, then you unearth him with a blue. Then you play Soul Partition to exile him after he attacks, but before you would sacrifice him again, and then you can cast him again for 1 and be able to draw 2 more cards. You actually get 3 card draw for the cost. So it's nice if you need that accelerated card draw. And then that may be a stupid combo, and you can just tell me, hey, that's a waste of mana. And I'll tell you, I don't care. That's the way I like to play. Mishra's Onslaught, Goblin Firebomb, Goblin Blast Runner, Unleash Shell. This is kind of fun. 3 and 2 red. It does 5 damage to target creature or planeswalker and 2 damage to that permanent's controller. Very nice. Ashnod's Harvester. Keeper of the Cadence. 5 casting cost 2/5. And for 3, you can put target instant or sorcery card, artifact, instant, or sorcery from a graveyard on the bottom of its owner's library. No One Left Behind. Monastery Swiftspear. Ornithopter. And Feldon Ronom Excavator. 2 casting cost with haste. He can't block, and whenever he is dealt damage, exile that many cards from the top of your library. Choose one of them. Till the end of the next turn, you may play that card. Cool. Thraxodemon is our foil. And for our end card, Spirit of the Labyrinth is a rare from Theros or Theros Beyond, whatever. It's an enchantment creature, a spirit. 3/1. Each player can't draw more than 1 card each turn. And it's a 2-drop. It's nice. Alright. We are at the end of our first section of the box. One of our little token cards. Art card. Land. Common. Obliterating Bolt. It's nice, 4 damage and exile a creature if it dies. Yoshin Frontliner. I haven't seen this one yet. 1 cost, 1/1. Whenever it attacks, another target creature you control gets +1/+1 until end of turn, and unearth for 1 white. Nice little soldier. Third Path Iconoclast. This guy's a pain in the butt in blue-red. 2/1. Every time you cast a non-creature spell, you create a 1/1 colorless soldier artifact creature token. Crazy. Burnished Heart. Legion to Ashes. 1 colorless, white, and a black. Exile target non-land permanent the opponent controls, and all tokens that player controls with the same name as that permanent. Interesting. And we got Scrapwork Mutt for our foil. So, alright, well, let's start into our second stack here. Bring this stack down. So far, out of the first 12, really pretty decent. I mean, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mythics. We got a good little stack of rares here, and that one beautiful full art land. So I'm going to go ahead and take my stack of commons and put them in the box over here and get them out of the way. And we'll continue down the path that rocks. There's for our art card. Sorry, I'm just throwing stuff all over the place. Land, Pentagon, Strongbow, Machine Over Matter, Boulder Branch Golem, Depth Charge Colossus. I do like this one. 9/9 for 9, and then you pay 3 to untap him. Pretty decent though. Heavyweight Demolisher, 7 casting cost with Menace 8/6. At the beginning of your upkeep, tap him unless you pay 3. So he's kind of the opposite of your Depth Charge Colossus there. Cradle Clear Cutter, 6 casting cost with Prototype, and you can tap to add an amount of green mana equal to his power. Nice. Combat Thresher, he's a 7 casting cost or a 3 casting cost. He has double strike, and whenever he enters the battlefield, you get to draw a card. We've talked about that. Ratchet, Field Medic. Nice. Hadn't seen that one yet. Ratchet is 3 casting cost, 2/4 lifelink. Whenever you gain life, you may convert Ratchet. When you do, return target artifact card with a mana value less than or equal to the amount of life you gained this turn from your graveyard to the battlefield tapped. That is nice. Ratchet Rescue Racer. And he has Living Metal on this side, lifelink. Whenever one or more non-token artifacts you control are put in the graveyard from the battlefield, convert him. Pretty neat. So that's 2 so far out of 13 packs, 2 Transformers, so it's supposed to be 1 in every 10. Not bad. Liquid Metal Coating, and our rare is Ashnod, Flesh Mechanist. 1 black, 1/1, and it has Death Touch, and whenever it attacks, you can sacrifice another creature. If you do, create a tap Power Stone. 5, exile a creature from your graveyard and make a 3/3 tapped colorless zombie artifact creature token. Cool. Falaji Archaeologist is our foil. Nice foil. Next pack. Alright. Art card. Soldier token. Nice foil land. That's cool. Reprint of a Disenchant. Plant Worker. Mine Worker. Rust Goliath. Slagstone Refinery. That is that's a fun enchantment, or a fun artifact forecasting cost, and whenever it or another non-token artifact you control is put into a graveyard from the battlefield or put in exile from the battlefield, create a tapped Power Stone token. So this is really good with a lot of the unearthed cards. Gets you the Power Stones and really helps to generate that mana to cast artifacts and activate abilities. Forging the Anchor, we've talked about before. Calamity's Wake, Ironclaw Crusher, Sword of the Meek, very nice. Sword of the Meek is Sword of the Meek is a 2 casting cost, equip for 2, and equipped creature gets +1/+2. Whenever a 1/1 creature enters a battlefield under your control, you may return Sword of the Meek from your graveyard to the battlefield and attach it to that creature. So that's cool. And there's our Brushland. Another rare Pain Land from this set. Not a lot of dual lands coming out in the new set, so you gotta get the ones you can get. So I'll put those in its own stack, and then Hostile Negotiation is our foil. All right. So far, we're almost halfway through, and no Urza, and no Might. Oh, hey, that's cool. Another foil signature. And another flip card for our token. Land. Tower Worker. So now I think we have all 3 from the last pack. Then we get the Power Plant, Mine, and Tower now. So I don't know if you guys have seen these. The Power Plant Worker says tap 3. Power Plant Worker gets +2/+2 until end of turn. If you control Mine Worker, Tower Worker as well, you get 2 +1/+1 counters on him instead. Mine Worker says tap for 1 life. If you control creatures named Power Plant Worker and Tower Worker, you get 3 life instead. And the Tower Worker says tap, it has reach, it's a 1/3, and tap, add 1 colorless. If you control creatures named Mine Worker and Power Plant Worker, add 3 instead. So it's meant to simulate the tower, Urza's Tower, Urza's Mine, and Urza's Power Plant. Alright, Scrapworker Mutt, Scrapwork Cohort, Dredging Claw. This is a fun card, bringing stuff back from the graveyard if you need to. Falaji Dragon Engine is a nice uncommon. That's an 8 casting cost, 5/5 flyer, and then spend 2 to pump it. Or it's a 2 colors and 1 red, 1/3 flyer that you can spend 2 and pump it. Gurgling Anointer we've talked about. Spotter Thopter. Well of Lost Dreams. I haven't seen this card forever. 4 casting cost. Whenever you gain life, you may pay X, where X is less than or equal to the amount of life you gained. If you do, draw X cards. Nice. Put that over there. Ivory Tower again. Skitterbeam Battalion. And Clay Revenant. Skitterbeam Battalion is an awesome card. I really like this card. It is 9 casting costs. I'm sorry. My camera is completely useless sometimes. Skitterbeam Battalion, 9 casting cost, and it's a prototype. You can either spend it 3 and 2 red to make it 2/2, or the full 9 to make a 4/4 with trample and haste. And when it enters the battlefield, if you cast it, create 2 tokens that are copies of it. Very neat. That's a great card, and it's a nice mythic. Be fun in any artifact deck. All right. Tokens. Another foil signature for on one of the that's for the forest. That's very cool. And blip blip blip. Thopter Mechanic, Thopter Architect, Arms Race, and Ashnod's Altar. That's a classic. 3 casting cost. Sacrifice a creature, add 2 colorless. Nice. Jalem Tome, Lauren of the Third Path, which we had her in the other box, or the other, in the stuff yesterday, and Spotter Thopter for our foil. Yeah, if I pulled it out and talked about it on the last video, I'm not going to go through the cards again, just because, you know, for the sake of time, you guys don't want to sit here for 2 hours watching me open packs. Retrieval Agent, Recommission, blah, blah, blah. Oh, that's, this one again, you know, very heavy interest in this for decks. 1 white for a 2/1, and then for 4, you can basically look at the top 4 cards and bring something into your hand, so it's pretty nice. Mass production. Defense Grid. Each spell costs 3 more to cast except during its controller's turn. It's pretty nice, so that puts the kibosh on a lot of counter spells. Bonesaw. Harbin, Vanguard Aviator. 1 blue and a white. I can't see that artwork very well. Just focus. Okay. Flying. 3/2. Whenever you attack with 5 or more soldiers, creatures you control get +1/+1 and gain flying until the end of turn. Nice. Repair and Recharge. And a classic Urza's Saga. Nice. And that's a new saga. Urza's Saga as a saga card. Urza's Saga gains tap for colorless. Next, Urza's Saga gains 2 and tap. Create a 0/0 colorless construct artifact creature token. Token. With this, creature gets +1/+1 for each artifact you control, and then 3. Search your library for an artifact card with mana cost 0 or 1. Put it in the battlefield, then shuffle. And it's I guess it's free. Enchant land with no casting cost. Interesting. I don't know how that works. Okay. Very cool. So not bad. We've got a good stack of rares going. Got a good little pile of mythics so far. We are at about the halfway mark here for the packs. Forest Dryad is our... see, I'm jumping right ahead there now. There's that. Foil Island, very nice. I love that foil artwork. Jump to the uncommons. Gruesome Realization. 1 and 2 black, and you can either draw 2 cards and lose 2 life, or creatures your opponents control get -1/-1. Nice. Demolition Field, reprint. Fall of Krug, I said, not the great card. 4 and 2 red. Choose an opponent. Destroy a land they control. The Fall of Krug does 3 damage to them and 1 damage to each creature they control. It's nice if you want to wipe out a bunch of 1 toughness creatures. Splitting the Power Stone again. Elsewhere Flask. There is Hajar, Loyal Bodyguard. 1 green, 1 red to cast. Legendary creature, Human Soldier. 3/3. Sacrifice him. Legendary creatures you control get +1/+0 and gain indestructible until end of turn. Nice. This is our first foil transformer. So that's Slicer as a foil. Very nice. So I already have a regular Slicer, so now I have a foil version of him. Alright. I can't wait to get to our collector's box. That's the next big one that I want to open. And, oh shoot, you know what? Just realized I put that foil land there. Take Flight. Corrupt. Dreams of Steel and Oil. There's Optimus Prime. Alright, Optimus Prime, hero. And he has, he's a legendary artifact creature robot, of course. More than meets the eye for 2, 1 white, 1 green, or 1 white, 1 red, and 1 blue, as opposed to the 3, 1 white, 1 red, and blue. At the beginning of each end step, bolster 1. So you choose, oh, I'm sorry, you guys can't read that. Choose a creature with least toughness among creatures you control and put a +1/+1 counter on it. Whenever he dies, return it to the battlefield converted under its owner's control. So it goes from being a 4/8 to being a 6/8. And he's Optimus Prime Autobot Leader then. And his Living Metal, as long as it's your turn, this vehicle's a creature. Trample. Whenever you attack, bolster 2. The chosen creature gets trample until end of turn. When that creature deals combat damage, then you convert combat damage to a player. You convert Optimus Prime. Very nice. Would have liked to see him in a foil, but that's okay. Keening Stone, 6 casting cost in the classic border. This has 5 and tap. Target player mills X cards, where X is the number of cards in that player's graveyard. Very fun with a millstone, Keening Stone. Good. Oh, sorry. Good combo there. Temporal Anchor, another rare. So we got a mythic and 2 rares out of that pack. Haywire Might for our foil, and another mythic, Tawnos, Urza's Apprentice. That's a pretty cool mythic. I don't know what set that's from. It's probably a commander card. 1 and 3, or 1/3 haste, 1 red, 1 blue, tap, copy target activated or triggered ability you control from an artifact source. You may choose new targets from the copy. Very cool. So yeah, we got a few mythics out of 2 mythics out of that pack and 2 rares out of that pack. Not a bad mix. All right. We're going tomorrow, and we're going to draft at our local shop. I'm not great at it, but it's fun, and we get more cards. So, you know, nice non-foil full art swamp. Put that in the regular land pile. Supply drop. There's Combat Courier. That's the guy I was talking about. 1 cost, 1/1, and then you can tap 2, sacrifice him, pay 2, sacrifice him, draw a card, unearth for 1 blue. He's pretty versatile, and a lot of the other cards play well with him in a combo. So, Ocean Medic, Killzone Architect. Here is Evangel of Synthesis. We've talked about him. Disciples of Gix, yuck. Transmogrant Altar, Sardian Avenger. Oh, that's cool. That is from a different set. You can see the icon on there. I'm not sure what that is. A 1/1, first strike and trample. Whenever Sardian Avenger attacks, it gets +X/+0 until end of turn, where X is the number of artifacts your opponents control. Whenever an artifact an opponent controls is put in a graveyard from the battlefield, Sardian Avenger deals 1 damage to that player. Very nice. I'm not sure what set that's from, but I'm going to put him over here in our not sure what that is pile. How about that? Salem Tome, Razor Lash Transmogrant. Never got a Strong Bowl for a foil. 3/1 for 2. And it has, it can't block, but it does return from the graveyard to battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it. This ability costs 4 less to activate if an opponent controls 4 or more non-basic lands. Very nice. Alright, 2 packs left in this stack, and then 12 more, and we're done. Let's see what kind of goodies we got here. Another art card. Land. 4 commons. You know, just don't get as many commons anymore, which is kind of good. Skyfisher Spider, Gnawing Vermin, 1 black, 1/1, nice rat. And this rat enters the battlefield, target player mills 2 cards. When it dies, target creature you don't control gets -1/-1. Nice. Junkyard Genius. Precursor Golem, 5 casting cost, nice artwork. 3/3, when Precursor Golem enters the battlefield, create 2 3/3 colorless Golem artifact creature tokens. Whenever a player casts an instant or sorcery spell that targets only a single Golem, that player copies that spell for each other Golem that spell would target. Each copy targets a different one of the Golems. Interesting. Alright. Foundry Inspector. This is a nice reduce the cost of artifacts card. Visions of Phyrexia. Very nice enchantment. 2 colorless, 2 red. At the beginning of your upkeep, exile the top card of your library. You may play that card this turn. At the beginning of your end step, if you didn't play a card from exile this turn, create a tap Power Stone. So that's a nice red-blue combo card as well. And there is Megatron, Tyrant, in all foil goodness. Yay. 3 colorless, 1 red, 1 white, 1 black. And he is... your opponents can't cast spells during combat. At the beginning of your post-combat main phase, you may convert Megatron. If you do, add colorless for each 1 life your opponents have lost this turn. And he's a 7/5. Pretty nice. His other side, Megatron Destructive Force. It's beautiful in a foil too. And he's a 4/5. Whenever Megatron attacks, you may sacrifice, sorry, it's hard to read with foil, another artifact. When you do, Megatron deals damage equal to the sacrificed artifact's mana value to target creature. If excess damage would be dealt to that creature this way, instead, that damage is dealt to the creature's controller, and you convert Megatron. Nice. Very, very cool. Nice foil. And Power Stone. Alright. Down to our last pack. In this stack. We have one whole stack left to go. Another art card. Commons. Uncommons. Lots of stuff we've seen already. Journeyer's Kite. We've seen that before. There's Mishra, claimed by Gix. This one, whenever you attack, each opponent loses X life, and you gain X life, where X is the number of attacking creatures. Sorry, it's not focusing. If Mishra, claimed by Gix, and a creature named Phyrexian Dragon Engine are attacking, and you both own and control them, exile them, and meld them into big, old, bad Mishra, lost to Phyrexian. Again, you can't see that because the white print doesn't come through very well. Anyway, we'll see if we get the other half of him. How about that? We'll put him here. Alright, actually we'll put him here. Alright, Gixian Infiltrator for our foil. And we'll start at the bottom of the stack, actually, this time, on the last stack of cards. Sorry, bumping the camera just there for a minute. So far, this has been a pretty good box. We got one full art land card. We got Mishra. We got several other things that have been pretty decent. 2 foil Transformers, which has been great. And then several other Transformers cards as well. I know we're supposed to get 1 Transformers card in every 10 packs, but we got 2 foils. We got 3 regulars out of 24 packs. So not too bad. We're beating the odds there as well in the mythics. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mythics so far. A big stack of rares. And then 2 of the pain lands as well. Plus this thing, which I'm not real sure on. I think we'll put that there. It's a rare. Alright, last stack. Finish these off. And we'll do another box later this week as well. Just to show off that stuff. Pyrrhic Blast, Sushi Cave Guard, Hulking Metamorph. That's fun. Semblance Anvil, I think we got that the other day. Exile a non-land card from your hand if you want to when it comes to the battlefield, and then spells that share the card type with that cost 2 less to cast. Siege Veteran, that's a fun rare. At the beginning of your combat, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Whenever another non-token soldier you control dies, create a 1/1 colorless soldier artifact creature token. It's nice. Foil Wings and a token of garbage. Alright. Power Stone token. Another art card. Swamp. Tokazia's Onulet. Wasteful Harvest. Airlift Chaplain. Defabricate. Zephyr Sentinel. Battlefield Butcher. This is a fun one. I actually lost to this in my last game on my sealed tournament. 3 casting cost, 1/4, but it was the 5 and tap to make you lose 2 life that really killed me. I had taken quite a bit of damage, but I had all my beefy stuff out. He couldn't get through to me, but he could ping me for 2 life every turn, so that was a pain in the butt. Static Net, Disciple of Kalis Nin. This is a 5 casting cost creature. She is a human wizard, 3/4. Whenever she enters the battlefield, starting with you, each player chooses up to 5 permanents they control. All permanents other than Disciple of Calculus Nin that weren't chosen this way phase out. Permanents can't phase in. That's a nice board wipe. Pristine Talisman. Tokazia's Welcome. That's 2 and a white. And enchantment, whenever 1 or more creatures with mana value 3 or less enter the battlefield and you control, draw a card. This ability only triggers once each turn. Still, if you're playing soldiers, that's nice. And Calamity's Wake is our foil. Nice. Alright. Our art card is beautiful. Full art planes. Voluntary cooldown. Third part, like Philology Vanguard, Yoshin Tactician. Seen all those. Soul Guide Lantern. Titania's Command. Very nice. 4 colorless and 2 green. I really like this card. I got one of these at our sealed event the other day. Choose 2. Exile target creatures, target player's graveyard. You gain 1 life for each card exiled this way. Or search your library for up to 2 lands, put them into the battlefield, tap, then shuffle. Or create 2 2/2 green bear creature tokens, or put 2 +1/+1 counters on each creature you control. So it's nice because you can throw down 2 bears. All of a sudden they're 3/3 bears. It's pretty nice. Oh, actually, no, they're 4/4 bears because they get 2 +1/+1 counters. Fun. Bushwhack foil and a flip card. That's good. Titania's token, or Titania's Command. I was looking forward to getting one of those. Those are pretty good for the beefy green decks. Land, full art swamp. I like that. Might, Bolt, Chromatic Star. Our rare is Over the Top. 5 and 2 red. I think we looked at this the other day. Each player reveals the number of cards from the top of their library equal to the number of non-land permanents they control, puts all permanent cards they revealed this way on the battlefield, puts the rest in their graveyard. Nice. Our foil is Wasteful Harvest. And another mini game. This is Urza's Blueprints. I'll try not to throw this one on the floor. This one says it's for two or more players, and it's just another mini game. You've unearthed Urza's ancient blueprints for his power plant, tower, and mine. Race your fellow artificers to assemble all 3 iconic locations. And it just tells you how to play, and then how to win. It's cool. All right, that's fun. You know, they're attempting to make Magic into something more fun. You know, you just kind of open boosters with friends and let's play this game. So yeah. All right, another art card, land. Levitating statue, monastery, Swift Spear, Cloud Key. 3 casting cost. It has. Come on. I'm gonna get a better camera, I promise. Enters the battlefield. Choose artifact, creature, enchantment, instant, or sorcery. Spells you cast of the chosen type cost 1 less to cast. Sorry about that. It's just being really difficult here for some reason. Millstone, another one. Phyrexian Dragon Engine. Hey, look at that. We got the other half. So this is a 3 casting cost, 2/2, and it has double strike. When Phyrexian Dragon Engine enters the battlefield from your graveyard, you may discard your hand. If you do, draw 3 cards. Unearth for 3 and 2 red. And if that's in play with your Mishra, you have the beautiful Mishra, Lost to Phyrexia. So this is a 9/9 legendary artifact creature. It's a Phyrexian Artificer. I'll pick it up here and see if I can get it focused in a little better for everybody. Very cool card. And whenever Mishra, Lost to Phyrexia, enters the battlefield or attacks, choose 3 of the following. Target opponent discards 2 cards. Mishra deals 3 damage to any target. Destroy target artifact or planeswalker. Creatures you control gain menace and trample until end of turn. Creatures you don't control get -1/-1 until end of turn. Or create 2 tapped Power Stone tokens. That's nice. So he becomes an artifact creature, where Urza becomes a godly planeswalker. So nice. Emergency Weld is our foil, and Stonehaven Pilgrim is our other set card, whatever they're calling these. All right. We have 5 packs left. I don't know if you just get either Urza or Mishra in a box. I can't believe they would figure out how to do that. Foil Mountain. We've seen all the commons and uncommons we're going to see, I think, at this point. Ichor Wellspring. There's Drafna, founder of Latnam. 1 and a blue. He's a human artificer advisor for 2/1, or is it 2/1? Tap 1 on the blue, return target artifact you control to its owner's hand. 3 and tap, copy target artifact spell you control. Very nice. And our foil is Boulder Branch Golem. Alright. Counting down. That was pack 5, this is pack 4. Full art mountain. Not foil, but still cool full art. And Chromatic Star, that's the other version of the Chromatic Star. This is a fun guy. Liberator, Urza's Battlethopter. 3 casting cost, artifact, flash, flying. You may cast colorless spells and artifact spells as though they had flash. It's a 1/2, but whenever you cast a spell, if the amount of mana spent to cast that spell is greater than Liberator Urza's Battlethopter's power, put a +1/+1 counter on him. So he grows as you cast other spells. Foil Tokazia's Dig Site, and Thran War Machine for our other card. 4 colorless, 4/5 with Echo, and then he attacks each turn if able. If you don't remember Echo, during your next upkeep after this permanent, it comes under your control, pay its casting cost or sacrifice it. So you pay 4 twice. All right. Our art card, Ashnod, foil Swamp, Sculpting Steel, that's a fun card. 3 casting cost. You may have Sculpting Steel enter the battlefield as a copy of any artifact on the battlefield. Painful Quandary, 3 and 2 black, and it's an enchantment. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, that player loses 5 life unless they discard a card. Like that. Ocean Medic for our foil, and Devoted Druid, 1 on a green. 0/2, tap for a green, and you can put a -1/-1 counter on Devoted Druid to untap it. Okay. Pack number 2, counting them down. One more after this. We didn't get any Gix yet. We didn't get an Urza or the Might Stone and the Weak Stone. Just jump ahead. Phyrexian Revoker, that's a 2 casting cost, 2/1, and it enters the battlefield. Choose a non-land card name. Sorry. Activated abilities of sources with the chosen name can't be activated. It's like a pithing needle. That's cool. Teething Wormlet, 1 green. It's got artwork like it's from an unset. It's a 1/1, has Death Touch as long as you control 3 or more artifacts. Whenever an artifact enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 1 life. If it's the first time this ability has resolved this turn, put a +1/+1 counter on him. Nice. He could grow pretty fast. And a beautiful foil Millstone. Like that. It's nice. I'll put him up there in our foil stack. Alright. Dun dun dun. Last pack. Remember, we still have another box to open, and we have a box of collector boosters, so stay tuned for that stuff. Silex for the art card, a beautiful full art foil land, very nice. Up, doop. That. Kayla's Command, this is a nice one. 1 colorless and 2 white. Sorcery, and you choose 2 of these. Either create 2 construct artifact creature tokens. Put +1/+1 counter on a creature you control. It gains double strike till the end of turn. Search your library for basic planes, reveal it, put it in your hand and shuffle, or gain 2 life and scry 2. Nice. The command cards are pretty tough. Tamako Honor Guard and a Thopter token. So overall, not bad. I mean, we got this stack of rare cards out of there. We got these 2 plus these 2 mythics, Mishra and the Phyrexian Dragon Engine, that combine to make Mishra Lost to Phyrexia. And we got these other mythics here too. Pretty decent stack of those with Tawnos, Skitterbeam Battalion, Cityscape Leveler, Cage Sun, Teferi, Muriel and Mox Amber. Teferi and Mox Amber in the same box. I mean, that was well worth it. And then we got all of these 2 foil Transformers and 3 regular Transformers. So, you know, the full art, especially that full art land, was beautiful. Great stuff. I can't complain. This is really a really fun set. It adds quite a bit to the game, I feel. I love the artwork. The mix of cards is decent for this first box. If I'd only bought 1 box to start with, I would be like, I gotta go get another box after this. But we'll see what the Collector Boosters has and the other box shortly. So please go check out my other video on the bundle, see if that's worth picking up for you. And I've got a lot of other unboxings I've done over the last couple weeks, as well as some other stuff to post over the coming week. Thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe, and leave me some comments, again, on all the stuff that you like. Magic stuff, especially comics, if you want to talk about that. Check out our site, comicbook.com. We do have regular content going up there pretty regularly. It'll be better soon. But yeah, you know, tweet this, Facebook it, Instagram it, whatever you want to do. We're out there all over the place. Thanks.